The voting for delayed presidential and National Assembly elections in Nigeria finally ended. The counting for votes is currently underway across Nigeria for the parliamentary polls that took place after days of violence. More than 72 million Nigerians were declared eligible to vote in this election as the president seeks a second term in Africa's most populous nation.
We are monitoring the result. So the counting has just commented. So we are the real observers, so we are monitoring it.
Nigeria, which also happens to be the largest economy in Africa, witnessed a last-minute election delay last week. The voting too has been marred by gunfire and explosions in some parts of the country. Polling stations also did not open for several hours in some areas.
Far so good. The counting has just started. They have 7 polling units here, and the first one is being counted right now, and so far is transparent. We have seen some voided votes, and the margin is going between the 2 major parties that are contesting.
Both Buhari and his top challenger Atiku Abubakar have declared that they will win the election, which many observers see as too close to call. The results are expected to be announced in 2 to 4 days. The elections were delayed by a week due to logistical problems and alleged sabotage by the French. Election material failed to reach polling stations across the country due to improper distribution. The voting also did not commence in certain Nigerian cities hours after the opening of polls, which led to voters voicing their frustration on social media. Conducting elections in India too, the world's largest democracy, is a daunting task. Logistical challenges remain in remote areas of India. While the problems remain, analysts say that India always manages to put its best foot forward at the time of elections. The latest now on the clergy sex abuse scandal. The head of the Catholic Church in Germany has said that there is evidence to suggest that files related to sexual abuse cases have been destroyed. He went on to say that the victims were regulated instead of the perpetrators. He called for more transparency in dealing with the scandal. German Cardinal Renard Marx was speaking on the 3rd day of the Vatican conference organized by Pope Francis.
Es gibt klare Erkenntnisse, dass Akten manipuliert wurden oder dass nicht alles das, was sein sollte, drin ist und so weiter. Und dann viel, viel später sich herausstellt, da war auch ein Missbrauchsvorfall, aber in den Akten findet man nichts. Man wird auch nie beweisen können, ob der Bischof der Diözese, wo er aufgenommen wurde, überhaupt etwas wusste davon. Oder ob der Bischof, der ihn entsandt hat, oder nur der Personalverantwortliche etwas gewusst haben. Das wird man alles nicht mehr eruieren können. Das war ja nur rückblickend, um deutlich zu machen, so.
Meanwhile, Pope Francis asked the members of clergy to look into their actions during a prayer for the sexual abuse victims. He told the Catholic Church that it must admit the mistakes it has made in the past. Now, the sexual abuse victims are demanding change and justice. The victims gathered in central Rome and marched towards the Vatican. They were holding a large white cross and chanting "Zero Tolerance." Activists strongly condemned strongly condemned the church's handling of the sex abuse scandal. Later, victims and activists walked hand in hand towards St. Peter's Square.
And he said, "Cero tolerancia, cero tolerancia, no más abusos, no más abusos. No más abusos! No más abusos!
We had the whole week. We want to make a difference. We want the Pope to have the courage to jump forward, not to do these little tiny steps fearfully that they are trying to arrange now, but make a strong statement that zero tolerance in his church will be the law of the land from now on. That's what we expect. That's what we demand. And I think everyone in the world is demanding this from the Catholic Church.